the cane is a Charles Foster cane.
Okay, folks. Once again, we're back for the Del Rivers Show with
featuring Mark Elliott,
guest host Mark Elliott, and of course the living legend of Rochester comedy, the unflappable, the unredoubtable Del Rivers.
What does it mean, unflappable?
Means you can't be stopped.
It's like a dead fish flapping around in the freaking boat or something.
You're just treated to a little, what is it, Orson Welles impression, which I've never seen before.
You just gotta be out of breath and you go, Orson Welles.
Yes, living legend of Rochester comedy, an enigma wrapped in a riddle.
Okay, Joker.
Oh my God!
The Riddler.
So this is technically episode 3 of our show. We were just reviewing episode 1, which needs a lot of editing, I must say.
Episode 2 looks good, but I haven't seen it yet.
You did a joke. I was going back. You did a joke once on about canes. Crack-o-cane.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty good. Yeah, for good canes, always use a crack-o-cane.
Cracko, by Cracko. For Cracko-canes.
Cracko-canes. Yeah, more of the stellar comedy.
Yeah.
Oh God. So what else are we gonna do?
I used to use graphics all the time. I never noticed that I was like a graphic kind of guy. It almost works better in a talk show type setting than it would.
Yeah, Del always. He did a lot of prop comedy. He did a lot of little things that he put together, which were very funny. You had something in there. Why don't you show it?
You actually want me to bring this out?
Yeah, break it out.
Okay.
It was pretty funny before. He had this out. He was showing me, and I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, this is from one of my comedy
shows. An example
shows.
of some of the visual comedy. The Dyslexis, if you can see, this is 2 steering wheels on a car. The Dyslexis. I gotta say,
die like you did last time.
I've got to say, in compliment to your comedy, it makes me feel tubercular.
Oh, that's great.
Man, okay.
Respiratory. Nothing beats respiratory humor.
Yeah. So
coughing up a lung.
So let's focus on the part of the show I like to call Del's beef. No, it's not what you think. It's usually when Del comes over, by the time he hits the stairs, he has some major complaint or minor contentious rant about something that's really getting at him. He's got a beef, something's bothering him. He didn't seem to have too much of a beef today, although he said that this comedy show he does on open access cable, Frontal Lobe and Dumplings, and I remarked that, I didn't think it was particularly funny. He said they have a 0 budget. He said when they Jesus Christ.
This is how bad it is.
When they wanted to use a seltzer bottle as a prop, they had no seltzer bottle, so he had to use a picture of a fucking seltzer bottle. Jesus Christ.
And that's the thing. If you don't have it in 3-dimensional, you can put it in 1-dimensional, 2-dimensional.
So is that really the only beef you've had? I've been gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're like the king of the green screen. Kings of the green screen.
Kings of the green screen?
Yeah. Just use
pictures.
Right.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
That took me a second. Yeah, green screen. That's tech talk, folks. So I was gone for 2 weeks. I was in France and Spain, running around. That was kind of nice.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. It's all right.
Went from Paris to Barcelona. As I was telling you earlier, we were going with my mother and my sister to Bilbao, Spain, to see the Guggenheim there, and they kept referring to it as Balboa
instead of
Bilbao, and which made me, say, there's a museum there to Rocky memorabilia, and I got that Rocky song in my head and started trumpeting it all the time, walking around Paris doing that. By the time we got to Spain, my sister was ready to fucking kill me. She couldn't get the song out of my head. I couldn't get the song out of my head. And finally I was singing it in the shower, and she got a tape of me singing it in the shower, which, may or may not be, showing up on the show sometime in the future. That we'll have to see about that. It was
Do you hear the sound of the shower on the tape that you?
Yeah, I'm in the shower. You can just hear me
the running water
yodeling away in there. It's pretty.
It's like singing in the rain.
It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
Nice.
But anyway, we'll go to the part of the show which I like to refer to as Dell's Question or Memory Lane with Dell.
Who's the person that asked the question this time?
Well, the questions generally come from our former roommate of 25 years ago, Jason Brown. We were once all roommates. That's how I met Dell. And actually, I didn't see you for about 20 years. And then all of a sudden, I forget how we ran into each other. And he convinced me to do comedy all summer, which resulted in me being blackballed from Nietzsche's in Buffalo because I went overtime.
Yeah, you did a little bit of overtime.
Yeah, I was doing good, and I was in manic.
A little bit too much of this stuff going on.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
I was doing great, though. The audience loved it.
Yeah, it's all right.
So Jason Brown asks, how's the lamp repair business going?
This is a story. I got a quick story for you. I wanted to get into some sort of hobby because all my whole life I've been trying to get out of doing real work. So I wanted to get into some sort of hobby that I wouldn't have to do real work, just make money doing.
That's right. This subject will segue into the next question too.
Right, other than comedy. So I collected all these lamps from like Salvation Army and the Goodwill stores and stuff like that.
I thought he was insane, really.
And my lamp repair business ended pretty quickly because
I don't think you could even repair them. Did you repair a single lamp?
No, I was actually pretty good. I repaired a couple lamps.
Oh, okay.
But the problem is I had a lamp that had like a metal shade on it. Do you know what happens with metal when it touches electricity?
Oh, yeah, nice. You electrocuted yourself. I wish I could have seen that.
End of the lamp.
Did it fix your hair?
No, it didn't fix my hair. They would have been a good side effect, but it didn't work.
Oh my God!
It's like a metal lamp. I thought I had it grounded properly.
I just remember you were asking me how much you could charge for repairing a lamp. And I was trying to explain. You blow your margins on your labor time and the wire and the shit.
Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. Well, I thought my boss actually does that for a living. I was
wondering if you remember that. You were always bemoaning your station in life and these terrible temp jobs you had, and you hated them all, and then you ran out of those, and so we're trying to get you to come up with some ideas, and you were just pissed off, and finally Jason kept asking why you didn't get a job picking the noses of Cornish fishermen. And you remember, you flew into like a semi-rage. It's like, would you quit saying that? You keep saying that. I hate it when you say that. Because he suggested it every day when you'd go on this rant, Do you recall this?
I don't remember that too well. But, the honest thing to say, it must have made me mad at the time.
Yeah, you'd fly into these kind of pissed off rages. Just be pissed all the time.
Well, what helps too is I think I started taking vitamins after getting pissed off, and it kind of calmed me down.
It's sort of like an existential anxiety disorder.
Yeah, vitamins I think help. I take a lot of vitamin B's.
I think you should have read some Viktor Frankl, maybe.
Viktor Frankl.
Man's Search for Meaning.
Yeah. Or instead of like, what was I offered before? Like Dostoevsky or something like that.
When did Dostoevsky enter your
One of you guys gave me the book,
Get out of here.
Crime and Punishment.
That had to have been Jason.
Jason. He wanted me to read it.
He wanted you to read Crime and Punishment?
Yeah.
He must have been on drugs at the time.
He had to be.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can't picture
Dostoevsky.
Now, here's one I'm going to see if you remember. Now, of course, Jason and I were always drinking, and you were always tense, and you didn't smoke pot, and you didn't drink.
And I didn't have sex.
And there's that, and you said you couldn't drink because you were afraid of becoming a cream de menthe drunk. I'll never forget that. But I remember when Danny Thomas died, you got very pissed at us because we were saying Danny Thomas just got lucky and he had no talent. And you got really pissed off. You were like, really pissed off that we downed on Danny Thomas. And no ill will to the Thomas family, but the guy didn't make me laugh when I was younger. But you were really mad.
I remember he was a very talented gentleman.
You still big on Danny Thomas? You feel
I kind of like the
legacy?
guy. Yeah. I've seen some things, on YouTube and stuff like that convinced me that he's up there with like Sid Caesar.
Yeah, this was like a big show when we were little kids. Dell a little older than I remember watching Danny Thomas. Never made me laugh.
He's a good producer.
I think so.
Produced a lot of stuff.
Obviously, he did very well. Not for me. You don't watch Danny Thomas reruns, though.
Look at his daughter. It's that girl. Come on, you gotta like something from Danny Thomas.
Dad, she always had that, whiny kind of voice.
Well, because of her husband.
It sounded like that. Well, it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And of course, you do the great impression of William Devane. Your son.
I keep thinking of like when you make a noise for balloons, you go like. What do you got? You got like letters and stuff on
just notes. I have here. I got a shot.
Has to get some notes.
I got a shot of William Devane that I downloaded, and I want.
Are you gonna show it on the computer?
I want you to hold this and do.
Okay.
Hold that and do William Devane, and you tell me, folks. Can you see? You probably can't even see it.
I just think of him from Kennedy, I see. I look like William Devane with the.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's one of those things that you have to be there.
Yeah, it's obviously going unappreciated over the web, but yeah, seriously.
Anyone out there may accidentally still be tuning into this if you know William Devane.
Well, I get that idea from when you make.
Yeah, how did you get that idea? Like, who does a William Devane?
When you make like elephant noises or want to sound like a balloon, that's like someone takes a balloon, they go. Then I do it with my face, and it kind of looked like that.
So you did this and.
Yeah. Are you gonna live? Paramedic.
Oh God. So you had a CD you were hawking to me earlier.
Oh yeah. I was taking
your early tunes.
Mystery bag.
We'll do one last little.
It's my bootleg CD of my best of. It's called Del Rivers, A Scourge's Legend.
Folks, just to give you, Scourge's was a bar here about 25, 30 years ago. You never played at Scourge's, did you?
Technically, no.
Technically, no.
I played maracas.
This is just very honest, Del Rivers, and part of the show is the fact that I'm marveling at this sub-integer celebrity persona that Del has been able to engender over the last 25 years. People know who he is who've never met him, despite ever having done anything of notable achievement.
Right, yeah.
But here, very honest, he couldn't sing very well. He could not play an instrument. He was just there at the right time. Rocket Records presents his limited CD showcasing the original talent of Del Rivers. Yeah, like basically admits to no talent.
Right.
And then,
But it's original.
It's all original. So, here you go. Not available in stores.
Some people like it, I think.
Oh,
if they ever buy one.
Yeah, these pictures of you before you got fat are classic too.
Yeah.
What's on your head? Is that a...
Oh, that's a
crown?
When I turned 30 years old, I had a birthday party. They had a crown for my head. Isn't that something?
Oh God! So is that it?
That's my cowboy look down there.
That's the cowboy.
So we can't get close, but I could just kind of tell you about it. This one I play harmonica. This is my punk rock look. This one I'm just drinking a beer. This is actually a what do you call it? Your promo shot. Actually, a promotional photographs made up a long time ago.
It's like the velvet carpet look.
Yeah, it's kind of like the a classy guy type
Oh
thing.
God. All right, so I guess that's it.
Yeah, for today.
Well, that's it for today.
That's cool.
For episode 3 of the Del River Show. Tune in next week for episode 4. God knows what we're gonna have for you then.
Well, a ton
Good
of
night,
beef.
folks.